Hello folks, this is Scott with Dallas Paint Correction and Auto Detailing here in Dallas, Texas. I want to talk about a better way to release fatigue off the body when you're doing paint correction. Paint correction is an awfully long, tedious process, and I want to talk about the 2x2 area. Why do we have a 2x2 area to begin with? Well, typically you're going to be working in a 2x2 area because the creators of the 2x2 area wanted you to work in a controlled area with your dual action polisher. They didn't want you working too far away from your body, and they didn't want you walking around trying to correct a large space, especially with the dual action polisher. Rotary is different. But also the 2x2 area gave you the ability to be able to make sure you have uniform coverage with overlapping passes. Folks, I'm going to show you a much more effective and efficient way to do the 2x2 area. I have never seen anybody talk about this, but I've been doing this for a very long time, and I needed to come up with something that was effective and also helped my body, especially, I'm working on a horizontal panel right now, but I'm going to show you the process I do. But if this panel was vertical and I'm sitting next to the car and applying pressure to the panel, it really becomes crucial what I'm about to do. So I'm going to take my dual action polisher, going to take some Griot's fast correcting cream. Why? I don't know. I have it available to me. I'm just going to put a couple of dots. Oops, I got some stuff on me. That's one thing about these Griot's bottles. They'll squirt at you if you don't have compound ready to come out. Now I got it all over my shirt. How gross is that? That almost looks like a porn movie. Okay, so let me go in here and just prep my 2x2 area, right? I'm going to tap this stuff out. I'm probably working in a smaller area than 2x2, but I want to take advantage of the landscape of the panel. I want to work between these two curvatures of the body. I'll work with that other side later. I'm going to spread out the compound just like anybody else would in a 2x2 area. Okay, I've got enough compound there in the 2x2 area that I'm going to work. I'm only going to do one section pass, but watch my pattern, watch my arm speed. You'll notice it right away, and I'll tell you why I do it and why it's more effective and easier on the body. I don't know why we've gotten to the point we have in 2017 and companies are not thinking outside the box, but here we go. That looked really odd, right? Did you see my arm speed? And then did you see me jump back over there in the corner in the 2x2 area? Let me explain why I do this, folks. It is more effective. It is more efficient. Nobody said you had to do the 2x2 area exactly the way they created it. You can work it your way you want. You just have to make sure you have uniform coverage throughout the 2x2 area. Folks, why do I do this? Well, imagine the old traditional way of doing a 2x2 area. You're applying pressure all the way through this motion, right? And then, holy crap, you're applying pressure all the way this way as well, and you're going to work all the way down the panel like that. Then you're going to apply pressure going up, you're going to apply pressure going down. Folks, my system only allows you to apply pressure in two directions for two patterns. I only want you to apply pressure going across the 2x2 area and then coming down. This is going to be easier on your body. Instead of having 4 different ways, you're always constantly applying pressure. Again, if this panel was vertical and you're working on the side of the car, it really becomes crucial with this concept. Then you're going to jump up to this corner and just kind of have uniform coverage and then come back down. So you're only applying pressure going across and coming down, and you release the pressure from your body and go back up to this area. Folks, I don't know why. I can do that. The only time I'm going to overlap an area is down at the bottom of the box. I may go down here by applying pressure going to the right, then I'll jump up and I'll do one more pass on the bottom to get my 2x2 area. But what I'm doing with my 2x2 area is closing the box in on an angle to the corner of the 2x2 area. I hope that makes sense. But folks, doing this, I am no longer exhausted. I have uniform coverage. I'm only applying pressure in 2 different directions. I don't know why. I get better cut. I'm more effective. I can do 3 passes that way where somebody might do 5 or 6 passes the other way, and my panel will look just as good as theirs in less time, and I'm less fatigued because I'm not applying pressure constantly. I relieve that pressure when I jump the pad up to here. I'm also taking advantage of the way the machine rotates, right? It's going to rotate a certain direction. Maybe somewhere along the way physics is working with me because the pad is rotating. If I'm looking down at it, it's rotating to the right like it's counterclockwise. So I'm applying pressure this way, and then when I come down, it's almost like a car burning out, but I'm sitting still. I'm just coming down on the panel, and then I'll jump over to this corner. The other thing that it does is allows these areas to kind of stay cooler a little bit longer, because if you're working this area up here, then coming right back over that again, overlapping by 30 or 40%, that panel's warm. Heat isn't always your best friend with paint correction. You want to give that panel time to cool down. Sometimes clear coats, depending on the clear coat you're working with, will cut better when it's cool. I'm mobile. I have to figure out ways to be more effective. I'm already working on a warm panel. Might be working on indirect sunlight. Again, the only time I'm crossing 2 patterns almost immediately is when I'm at the bottom of the 2x2 box. It's not constantly throughout the pattern. I hope that makes sense. Folks, try it. It will relieve your body. You're only applying pressure going to the right and coming down. You release that pressure, come back over here, go to the right, come down. When you're doing a 2-step correction on a large SUV like a Tahoe or a Denali, your body will be less tired. I think you get better cut this way. Just try 1 or 2 sections like that and see if you like it. Relieve your body. Again, nobody said you had to work that 2x2 area that way. You can come up with your own system. I just wanted to share the one that I've been using for years, and I find myself less tired at the end of a 6 or 7 hour paint correction. I need to find ways to make myself more effective, more efficient, and I'm not going to get that help from my industry. They just, at this point, I'm convinced they don't think outside the box, but that's a story for another time. I love you all. I hope that helps. I'll talk to you soon.